Hey friends, it's Julia here with Tween Machine. Now, if you landed on this video, it's probably because you're wondering what the heck is happening in our world. I've got some news for you. I don't really know either, but I am here today to tell you about how you can understand it better without getting super overwhelmed. Now, don't worry, my tween years aren't too far behind me, and I'm studying communications in school, so this is something that I know a little bit about. You're almost a teen, which means that the circles you're hanging around in are changing and look different all the time, which means the conversations that are happening are different, and you're hearing about all sorts of things happening in the world. Plus, you go on one of these, and it's crazy how many hours a day we spend on it. For tweens, the average is 5 hours a day. Now that means on our apps like Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, we're seeing news all the time, and sometimes that can be really hard to process, and that's what causes us to get overwhelmed. And your generation and mine, growing up in what's called the age of 24/7 news, we can't get away from it. So, let's learn how to process it, and let's learn how to understand it better. Let's dive right into the first of the 4 tips that I have for you. My first tip is to remember that those breaking news headlines are not going to be 100% accurate. That news is coming out in such a short amount of time that there's no way it's all being verified right away. So whenever you see breaking news flash across your screen, remember to take a step back and wait for the whole picture to come out. Which leads me to my second tip of where is the whole picture coming from? The second thing I want you to remember is to be aware of where your news is coming from. For example, Twitter is often filled with a bunch of little pieces of a larger story, and if we just see 1 or 2 of those, it can cause us to panic without understanding what's actually happening. Or Snapchat, for example, they have news on there as well, but sometimes it's not 100% accurate because we have to remember to use credible sources. Quick break. You just heard me use the word credible, but I want to make sure that you know what that means. A credible source is a news source that's reliable, well respected, and well known. So in our case, think of CBC News, Global, and CTV. Third thing, ask people. It's okay to ask questions. Talk to your teachers, your parents, your older siblings, and get their opinion on what's going on out there. Now, it's awesome that we live in the information age because we have all of this at our fingertips, but sometimes just putting things into the search bar will give us more than we wanted to know. And it's an opportunity to see if the places that they're getting their news is credible. It gives you a chance to form your own opinions and to have discussions about what you're learning. So, question everything and find lots of people to talk to. The fourth and last thing I want to tell you is to take a step back. I know it seems that just because we have our phones with us all the time, that we have to constantly be in the know, but sometimes we don't have to be engaged and connected at every moment. In fact, it's better for us if we aren't. So remember, take a step back, let your head clear, and you'll be the better for it. Alright friends, that's it from me. So remember, you aren't going to know everything, and you don't have to. So check your sources, ask lots of questions, and remember to take a break. Knowing these things put you well on your way to being informed instead of overwhelmed.